Welcome. Today I'm going to be recreating Cradles by Suburban. That's Suburban, not Suburban. I had to re-record this video because turns out it's a pretty crazy song, so... By the way, I'm using all Ableton stock plugins, free Contact plugins, and free Sprite-fired, whatever it's called, plugins. Upon making this, I discovered it's a fairly simple song, even though it sounds so cool and edgy. Shut the fuck up. I swear to God, if that dog won't shut up. I already arranged the entire song and everything. The song basically has 6 parts. So the first thing I did was try to recreate that creepy lullaby sound. Basically, you want a high part of the guitar and a low part of the guitar and then a reverse guitar. And that's the main lead sound. I took that main lead and then I consolidated it into audio files or whatever it's called, and then I threw each individual note into reverse. And that's basically the first part. Then the next part, you want these piano stabs. This is the Ableton stock piano. Oh, don't forget the sidechainer. Then I duplicated that and put it on a live guitar sound from Ableton stock plugins. So basically, again, all sidechained. In the song, I'm pretty sure the kick changes, but I'm too lazy, so I use the same kick throughout the entire song. Make sure it's the loudest thing in the entire mix. First thing you'll notice is there's a bunch of different random breaks throughout the entire song. Just do that whenever it feels necessary to do. The next part is the same thing, just remove the piano stab and the bass. Then duplicate that same melody onto a music box. I don't have whatever plugin he decided to use for the music box, so I just took this Contact one called Hollow Wood and stacked it on top of 2 other free plugins from Labs, so Sprite-fired thing, and here's what it sounds like individually. So you stack all 3 of those together, and that's it right before the drop. That's the only thing in the entire track. The drop. Basically cut off the first note of your loop and the last note of your loop and copy paste that twice. For your loop, you're going to want to take this same pattern here that you did in the first part and just duplicate it on top and put it up 4 semitones, so it's harmonizing with it, and then shift the notes over slightly so it's got this little skippy effect. Remember to sidechain it. You have the same sub bass from before. Simplified kick pattern. For the snare, I took a Cymatics future bass snare, layered it with a bunch of weird claps. Then I layered it with this clap. And this clap is one of those early claps. You see it happens just before the actual clap comes in. Oh, forgot. I had a random snap right in that gap. For the second part of the drop, you're just gonna add a bunch of whack hi-hats that kind of sound like this. And you gotta sidechain those hi-hats. You're gonna add some extra notes. I don't even know if you can see this, but just add some extra notes on the top to make it harmonize again with the original melody. added that little chime in there. Forgot about that. Literally copy and paste the exact same thing from like the first verse over here, and then chop up random parts with the kick pattern from the drop. Then go back to this part from the first part before the drop. Now for my favorite part, you're gonna completely change like everything. This is an entirely new section, except I use the same kick, but in this original song it's different. You get your basic hip hop sub bass from your Ableton free library, full distortion on it, and then sidechain it. And you want the glide effect all the way on, so it kind of sounds like this. Now this part's interesting because it removes all the other instruments except for this new instrument that's very subtly introduced. How I did this is I took this chime sound from that part right before the drop, and I just took all the notes that are in it and stacked them into chords, and it sounds something like this, I think. And this is using like a weird synthy preset from Contact's free complete start. So I did that. I exported it as audio through the audio in reverse and chopped it up like this. In the song it's a little higher frequency, so I duplicated that and pitch shifted the new sample up 12 semitones. The whole thing sounds like this. Then the next section, you just, find like one of those epic drum loops, slap that in there, increase this kick pattern here, add in the music box again. Then you want to cut off everything at like 1 bar there. And you want to add in a slowdown, so go into like your DAW's like tempo automator, and you want to like slow it down. The original tempo is 80, slow it down to like 72. Keep the same drop, like the second part of the drop. You're gonna copy and paste that exact same thing over. You're gonna add in those reverse sweeps from the previous part. You want them to be sweeping into the snares. You're going to change up the kick pattern and the hi-hat pattern a little bit, keep the same snare. And you copy paste that same part from over there, minus the music box, just the weird sweepy chords again. Take the same hi-hats from the first drop and put them in here. Then for the next part, you take back the creepy reverse sound from the very beginning of the song. And then the drums minus the lead snare. And like Suburban, I like to sing on my own tracks, so I'm gonna try to sing on this.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. The ones who heard my cries and watch me weep. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. I live inside I see the world around my room. My world's so bright.
I spent some time working on the vocals and stuff. It's not perfect because I just want to show you what it sounded like with vocals. I will be posting the full instrumental linked below, but here's a little preview.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watch me weep. I I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Shh.